BCTV and WB&H thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTapRoom.com.
He can run things at the left side. Now Helton stings the top corner. Hodgson Rogers, she gets the edge, tries to split the defenders, does. Bounce shot is good.
Back kicks, deals, fastball swung on and missed. Oh, big hit there from Page, and that's going to go over the wall.
Now Muir looks in the middle, finds Matagano, and she buries Spotty's up top as Green runs through all of them. Beautiful pass backside, and Kahn with another save. Welcome everybody to Bedford High School here in Bedford, New Hampshire, as the girls' varsity lacrosse team is hosting their neighbors from the south, Bishop Guertin. The Cardinals visiting today for a Division I matchup. Opening draw scheduled for 5:30. We're going to jump right into the game as we have absolutely gorgeous weather this afternoon. Well, okay, maybe less than gorgeous weather this afternoon. The rain has been coming down most of the day. You'll see some umbrellas in the stands. And we are going to have a phenomenal match this afternoon. Bishop Guertin coming in with a 7-3 record. Solid season so far. Traditional powerhouse here in New Hampshire. Started off the season with a nice win over Londonderry, then followed that with 2 losses, tough ones. Winnicunnet by just a goal. They lost to Longmeadow by 6 and then rattled off 5 wins in a row before losing to Westwood. Another interstate rivalry there, just a 1-goal loss, 8-7 in that one, and then followed that up with a win at Salem on Monday, 16-4. So they come in with that 7-3 record. Bedford, on the other hand, with a 5-2 record. Started off their season with a win over Dover, 9-6, then similarly dropped 2, one to Kennebunk and then another to Londonderry, and then have followed that up with 4 wins of their own. Good matchup this afternoon here on this Wednesday, May 6th. And we are just about ready for the opening draw. My name's Corey Munster Tiger here for the BCTV crew, broadcasting on channels 8 and 1072 HD. We also have the Nashua ETV crew picking up the feed, so we welcome in our viewers from the Nashua area. Getting set for the opening draw. 12 minutes on the board, and we're ready to get going here on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. On the draw for Bishop Guertin, Lola Dumont. And for the Bulldogs, Mary Lenti. Controlled on that far sideline by Bishop Guertin. Looks like Avery McKiernan. Nope, excuse me, that's Charlotte Acamando. Near side for Butler. They'll spin it around back and get their half-field offense set up. Driving high, trying to get top side. That was Kaylee Crickshank. She fires it back up top left. Little one-on-one face dodge there. Getting to the right hand was Dumont. Nice save there by the Bedford keep. Patience at that goal line extended on the left side. They're going to come high and score. Lefty shot there. Beautiful Barry. Kaylee Crickshank gets things started for Bishop Guertin. It's 1-0. Just less than a minute to go here in this first quarter. Irene Sy just couldn't quite come up with that save there as Cruikshank got the edge. One step to glory. She found the back of the net. We say that one step to glory. Usually players coming from behind the goal usually stop around that goal line extended, maybe a step or two higher. But if you get just with that one extra step higher, you give yourself a much better angle. Cruikshank did a phenomenal job of doing so. Got room for her left hand and buried the goal. 1-0 Bishop Guertin here early. Dumont and Lenti back on the draw as they get things settled. Up high, Dumont reaches sky high, pulls that out of the sky, and she'll have the draw control into the offensive area, and now she'll settle things down, that final third. Feet up high, they find Accomando, back to Dumont. Butler, and around the horn, Rodel. Here's Cruikshank again, same move, same result. This time, sticks it in that top left corner. Cruikshank 2, Bedford 0. It's the same thing, same move, just gets high side, gets a little bit of space for her hands, is able to fire a pill right in that top left corner. Irene Sy couldn't quite get it, stick side high there, just couldn't quite catch up to the speed on that one. So about a minute and a half in, 2-0 Bishop Guertin. Bulldogs going to try to get possession here. They've lost the opening 2 draws. With this third, going to try to get into that offensive area for their first opportunity. Lenti pushes forward all the way back into the Bishop Guertin D zone, scooped up there by a defender. Nice job by the Cardinals to gain control. That was Sydney Brophy. They'll spin it along that back line. Far side for Harrington, and now up that far side. Here's Cruikshank. They climbed the ladder nicely on that clear, and now they'll get into the offensive third and settle things. They fired around, they'll work it around the horn. Here's Rodel. To Butler, back up top for Accomando. Dawson looks to go one-on-one. Will face dodge to get to her right hand. Split dodge back to her left. She gets double teamed inside. The ball's on the turf, but scooped up and controlled by Bishop Guertin. All the way back around. Bulldogs are going to need a stop here on this defensive stand. Already trailed by 2. Just 2.5 into this game. A lot of room here, down the middle, and another goal. Accomando took advantage of that right-handed drive. They gave her room right in the middle. She capitalizes on that bounce shot. See right there, just a little too much room. The slide across is a bit late. She has plenty of room to fire that low bouncer to Irene Sy's right side. And it's 3-0. So Cruikshank starts it off with 2 in a row, and Accomando comes back for a goal of her own. 3-0 Bishop Guertin to start this one. Sloppy weather. Bulldogs having trouble gaining possession on these draws, and Cardinals have another. Cruikshank controls. Back for Accomando. If the Cardinals bury another one here, Coach Hodgson might want to take a timeout, settle things down, see what they can do to change the momentum. As Bishop Guertin spins it around the outside, they'll set things up. Back right. Now at X. Probing. Goal line extended and high, right in that scoring area. Gets tipped on the way to Sy. Dribbles back to the back right, and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals are there to scoop up the ground ball. They get another shot at it. Accomando. Now Butler, near side. It was Rodel, and they spin it back behind. Cruikshank. Now here's Accomando. Little hesitation move, gets to her right. Nice save by Sai. She needed that one. On the ground ball, it gets batted into Sai's crease. She'll settle things down and look for a defender to start this clear. Andy Nugent. Now up the middle to Molly Muir. She runs by a few defenders, gets it into that final third. The first entrance into the offensive area for the Bulldogs. Muir gets fouled, so they'll start things from zero. Quick pass inside in the shooting area. Shot just outside to the left-hand side. The bouncer beyond the goal there. Emma Smith in cage for the Cardinals. Aggressive defense there, and a cutter through the middle. Great save by Smith. Bulldogs with a great opportunity as Eloise Montagano couldn't capitalize there with the one-on-one. Really aggressive defense here by Bishop Guertin. Loose ball goes to the Cardinals. Ava Brennan scoops up the Lucy. Emma Smith with the outlet pass near side to Brophy. She'll probe the middle. Look for teammates. Low pass, nice scoop up there. That was Bella Dawson. Able to control the low pass near her ankles. All the way back behind. I believe that's Cruikshank again. Can't quite see the number from here. Near side, now top center. Back for Accomando. The whole right side is open for her. She's going to try to beat her defender with the step. That was Molly Muir shadowing Accomando. Again, 3-0 your score, just over 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. A lot of offensive possession time for this Bishop Guertin Cardinals squad. Shot through the middle. Bean's a defender. I think that's going to be a card, as looked like Nugent might have gotten pegged by that ball in the middle. So they call that an illegal shot. Illegal projection of the ball. Emerson Drown, I believe, was the defender that got hit. So being sent off was, I believe, Cruikshank. It is 15 over there on the side. So the Bulldogs will have a man-up opportunity, extra person. Lenti gets the ball through the middle. 5:40 to go here in this first quarter. 3-0 your score. The Cardinals up early as they settle things down in this offensive area. Carly Hodgson-Rogers with that top center position. Back to Emerson Drown. Feed inside, quickly double, triple, quadruple teamed inside there was Eloise Montagano. She settles things down, and Lenti will scoop up that ground ball. Muir behind, cutter through the middle, one-on-one with the goalie, score. Eloise Montagano, beautiful cut through the middle, nobody followed her there. And she'll have the first goal for the Bedford Bulldogs this afternoon. You can see it right here on the replay. Sets the pick. Releases from the pick. Nice catch through the middle and a one-on-one finish for Montagano. .507 to go here in this first quarter. 3-1 your score. 2 goals by Kaylee Cruikshank, followed by another with Charlotte Accomando. Had the Bishop Guertin Cardinals up 3-0, but an answer here by Eloise Montagano. And now the Bulldogs get their first draw control of the game. Nice job by Carly Hodgson-Rogers to scoop up that ground ball and get possession for the Bulldogs. Far side for Molly Muir. Backside, another cut through the middle. Shot, score. Same combination. Paige Gibson to Eloise Montagano. And 3-2 is your score. Just like that, it's a 1-goal game. Pretty much that same play. Little slip screen for Eloise Montagano. Got inside. Beautiful heads-up pass from Paige Gibson, her second assist. Almost an identical play as the last time. 4:40 to go here, first quarter. 3-2. The Bishop Guertin Cardinals up by 1. Another draw control for the Bulldogs. They've needed to even that out. Carly Hodgson-Rogers on that ground ball. Montagano, she'll get double teamed quickly. Defense pushes her out. She'll get fouled. That was Ava Brennan on the defense. Through the middle, we get a delayed foul. And with a free position will be Liza Montagano. Top left of Emma Smith as the defenders get organized. The referee giving certain instructions to the BG defense. 2 steps in, we got a false start, and it looks like the Bulldogs might have moved early. I'm not sure if it was Montagano or one of her teammates, but there is a violation, so no opportunity on that free position. Great opportunity to tie that game at 3. Instead, there's a violation. So Cruikshank speeds down the far sideline. Gets it behind. Now back and around. It's Layton. Back to Cruikshank. Up top now for Accomando. Ball hits the turf. Good hustle by the Bedford defense, but scooped up top by Lola Dumont. Good control, and now she'll settle things down. Dawson back for Cruikshank. Layton. Now Cruikshank. She'll probe a little bit. See what she can do from X. Layton now near side for Rodel. Up top for Dawson. Settles. Tries the face dodge. Great defense there by the Bulldogs. Giving little, if any, room on that dodge attempt. Butler. Accomando, tough shot there, misses the cage out to the left side of Irene Tsai there. See there on the replay, Butler tried to provide that feed, just that shot. Nice defense there by the Bulldogs. High stack for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, rounding the side and getting a great save, Irene Tsai. Dumont came around high side, tried to bury it with her left hand, and Tsai stood tall in her cage. Bulldogs miss a pass though in transition, and unfortunately they turn it over. Montagano couldn't squeeze it, so the Cardinals will clear it out from their own end. 3-2 your score, just over 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. Bella Dawson through midfield for the Cardinals. Into that offensive third, and they'll settle. They spin it around. They try to get each of their players comfortable with where they are. They'll look for cutters through the middle, perhaps a one-on-one move either from up top or from X. We've seen both. Now Butler gets some space with her right hand, sticks the right top corner. Perfect placement on that one from Butler. One-on-one move, gets that right-handed sweep through the middle. Nice pick there.
Number 2 is Samantha Butler.
And Tsai can't catch up to it, so Butler doubles the lead 4-2 as we are just under a minute to go here in this first quarter. Nice job by Charlotte Accomando on a little hesitation, screening off the defender and giving Butler just the sliver of a window that she needed to finish that one high right over side's offside shoulder. And back to the draw circle. Dumont. They had Liza Montagano coming up for the draw. This time it doesn't go high enough, and Montagano is on the draw for the Bulldogs. We will do it all over. That ball needs to go up above head level before the official deems it a legal draw. This one is good as both players reach for the sky. It ends up in Akamando's stick, and now Dumont with some wheels. She gets 3 or 4 Bedford defenders walling her off as she gets to that 8-meter. Now Cruikshank's going to try to round the corner again, draws the double and triple, passes it back up top. Akamando, nice defense there by the Bulldogs. That was Molly Muir on the defense of Akamando. Cruikshank, feet inside, misses the mark. Butler, though, scoops up the loose ball. We're going to get a foul right in the middle. So it looks like Butler will have the free position, top left of Cy. All the way on that top left outside hash. Tough angle there, but Butler had a rifle in that last goal, so not out of the question that she'll shoot. She does save Cy. Big one there. 5 seconds to go. Cruikshank rounds the corner, tries to get a shot off. It does. It's a goal, and they count it at the buzzer. Cruikshank repeats the first 2 goals of the game. Gets high side and buries lefty. Stick side high on Cy, but just too much heat. 5-2 is your score after 1 as Cruikshank finishes off the Hattie in this first quarter. Unassisted goal for Cruikshank, as were her first 2. And that'll do it. 5-2 after 1. I want to take a moment in between quarters to thank our underwriters. So this team at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank them for supporting our live sports coverage. That's Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Very much appreciate their support. If you're enjoying this afternoon's broadcast, as you see some of these replays from that first quarter and Cruikshank round in that corner lefty, the next girls lacrosse broadcast will be against the Pinkerton Astros as they visit town on Wednesday, May 20th, 5:30 draw to start that one. Other sports coming up, baseball will take on the visiting Nashua North Titans. That's Monday, May 11th, first pitch at 4:30 p.m. And then the boys lacrosse team will host the Dover Green Wave on Wednesday, May 13th. That's a 5:30 face-off. You can watch all the action live on BCTV Education Channel 8 and HD 1072, or the BCTV app after the game, as the replays are usually available very quickly after, usually within the first 24 hours. 12 minutes back on the board, just about ready to go in this second quarter. As I was mentioning, that BCTV app, BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download on Apple iOS and Android. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today. So a 3-goal run to start things off for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Cruikshank with 2 to start the game. Akamando came back with a 3rd. It was 3-0 after just about 2.5 minutes of play. Things settled down, and the Bedford Bulldogs got 2 goals by Eloise Montagano to pull things back a bit closer, 3-2, but then the Bishop Guertin Cardinals finished off the quarter with two of their own. Butler and Cruikshank pushed it out to a 5-2 lead after one. We're ready to get going here. Draw comes directly to Eloise Montagano. She gets whacked on her way towards the offensive end, and now Lenti will settle things down. She gives to Carly Hodgson-Rogers. And they'll spin it around. Action down to our left side once again, as much of that first quarter time of possession favored the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Mary Lenti looks to go one-on-one now. She gets fouled. Dumont will be sent behind. Lenti will start things off, runs right into the defender. Ball pops out, but she's able to scoop up the loose ball, keep possession for the Bulldogs. Hodgson-Rogers down low for Gibson. She draws a triple team. Rolls away from pressure, two still on. Push there gets called from Sophia Harrington. Gibson will get possession of that. You can see here on the replay, just a bit too hard on the push there as Paige Gibson finds the turf. Nice feed inside. Gibson again on the assist. And Eloise Montagano finishes that one off. So Eloise Montagano, 3 goals. Paige Gibson's third assist brings it back to a 2-goal game here. Nice job by Gibson drawing the defense near side, looking for those cutters backside, and Montagano making some solid catches in traffic. So first half hat trick for Eloise Montagano brings the Bulldogs back to within 2. Draw way up high, scooped up by Lola Dumont on 2 bounces. She navigates the midfield, drives hard righty down that right alley. Good defense there by Hodgson-Rogers. We'll fire it around behind and get things settled down. Accomando up top. Right side looks open, but she'll defer to Cruikshank. Cruikshank with that first quarter hat trick, capped off by the buzzer beater right at the end of the quarter. 2 minutes gone here in this second quarter. 5-3 the score. Bishop Guertin leads by 2. Accomando, they get a clear out of that right side. Good help defense by the defender. Get her to turn back. Lefty spin, her shot outside left. Side tried to chase, but the Cardinals are there for the backup. Rodel, near side for Cruikshank again. We'll get it back in the hands of Charlotte Accomando. Now up top for Dumont. Dumont, split dodge to her right, has some space, shot high and outside. Couldn't get it on the cage. Good defense again by Hodgson-Rogers. Dumont will scoop it up, get a high crease, stacked above the fan. Hodgson-Rogers defends, question mark move. Dumont can't finish. That question mark just driving hard right, spinning back to her left from Dumont. Shot just outside of the cage. Cruikshank puts it on the turf, but is able to scoop it up. Maintain possession for the Cardinals. 8:30 to go here in this first half. 2-goal lead for Bishop Guertin. Butler. Now Accomando. She'll draw Molly Muir to that far right wing. Tries to dip low. Check there, gets the ball on the turf. Great job on defense, and then with the following ground ball, Molly Muir now finds Eloise Montagano. She'll advance it through midfield. Cuts back to the middle. Here's Mary Lenti. Lenti gets a little space with her right hand, gets the shot off, misses the cage to the left. Gibson with the backup. Tough one there. Actually, Smith seemed closer to that end line as that shot went out of bounds, but they give it to Gibson. Feet in the middle. Good catch in traffic, Montagano. She is swarmed there by 2 and 3 defenders. Ooh, Montagano steps on the end line, so it's a turnover on the Bulldogs. Tough one there, as that ball was on the turf. Uncontested ground ball, and unfortunately Montagano's foot was on that end line. Nice roll dodge there by Brennan as she clears it out. Now she gets double teamed, tries to run away from pressure. Gets it to Sophia Harrington. They'll spin it across that back line. Baker all the way to the far side, up to the middle. Loose ball in the midfield. 50-50 ball, an important one here. It's possessed there by Eloise Montagano. Great job by the senior attacker. Coach Hodgson, I believe, is going to take a timeout. Perfectly placed as her player was double teamed on that far sideline. She's able to maintain possession. 6:34 to go here in the first half. 5-3 lead for Bishop Guertin.
Our broadcast brought to you by the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcasing development.
These officials out on the field are during this rainy afternoon, but they've been doing a fantastic job. If you're interested in becoming a high school sports official, it's an easy call. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more about becoming a high school sports official, please visit nhiaa.org. Again, a quick review of the upcoming broadcasts. You'll see the girls lacrosse team in action again on Wednesday, May 20th, as they take on the Pinkerton Astros. 5:30 p.m. is the opening draw. Other sports coming up next week, Monday, May 11th, the baseball team will take on the Nashua North Titans. That's a 4:30 first pitch. And the boys lacrosse team will take on the Dover Green Wave. Wednesday, May 13th at 5:30 p.m. for opening face-off. Again, you can watch everything live on BCTV's Channel 8 and 1072, or on that BCTV app that we've talked about. Feel free to download that one and have a fun time with it. You can see a bunch of the archived footage of many games throughout each of these seasons. Great way to catch up on the year's successes and challenges for Bedford sports. Bulldogs with possession on that far sideline. Try to get it all the way to that offensive end and pull to within one. Missed pass through the middle, but they're able to scoop up the ground ball. They had an odd man, but throw it away. Near side now, Bishop Guertin might have returned the favor. Trickling towards this near sideline. Great hustle there by both teams. Charlotte Accomando got to it first, tried to scoop it up, but the ball popped out of her stick. Molly Muir will pick it up. Mary Lenti through the middle. One dodge, and now she's in that final third. Carly Hodgson-Rogers, now far side. Gibson in the middle, finds a player cutting. Lenti. Good catch, roll away from pressure, but Smith there stones her on the low shot. Great job to smother that one before it can cross that goal line. Big stop there by Emma Smith. Cardinals will clear it out. Pass trickles into that offensive area. Dawson.
The lights are on. Not quite sundown yet.
Rodel near side now. Quick shank up top for Accomando. Coach Santos' squad taking their time here with just under 5 minutes to go in the first half. The Cardinals ahead by 2. Quick shank. Far side now for Dawson. Butler, top center. Quick shank, top left. Quick shank looks to measure up. Rolls back to her left hand in the middle, gets a shot off and scores up high. Quick shank, a lot of patience there, set up her move, went down to that right alley, rolled back to the left. You can see it right here, rolling back, switching hands, getting a little bit of space and finishing high in that top right corner over Cy. Quick shank now with 4 goals. The freshman midfielder dominating here this afternoon. 6'3" Bishop Guertin. Tough one there again for Cy. Again, not much she can do as that's a shot from 5 or 6 yards high right on the crease. And Cruikshank with her 4th goal puts that lead back to 3. 4:27 to go here in this first half. I'm welcomed into the studio here by Jay Abendroth. Jay, appreciate you having on the call here.
Absolutely. Sorry to be late, everybody. I was missing some of that Boston traffic, so I had to remind myself how fun it was, but excited to be here now.
Well, I'm glad you got a taste of it. I get a frequent taste of it, and I'm glad that we can share experiences once again. 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Jay, the story so far has been Kaylee Cruikshank. Left-handed dodges from X, getting just a little bit higher than goal line extended and burying. She has 4. First 3 goals were nearly identical. That last one was nicely set up, drove right-handed down the right alley and then spun back to her left hand in the middle, finishing above Irene Cy as the Bulldogs try to prevent this clear. She's got 4 of the 6. On the other side, Eloise Montagano with a hat trick of her own. She has all 3 Bedford goals here in this first half. Turnover here by the Bulldogs. Fortunate gift for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I've seen a couple games here, actually all of them this year, I think, and Eloise had a very nice season so far. Not surprised to see her scoring. And then also on the other side, I think coming back from X, this is something that Bedford continues to have strong defense, but that's a move. A lefty, and someone driving hard from the back is definitely hard in the women's game, given the lack of contact, etc. As we see a little contact there with Mary Lenti.
Accomando goes down. No harm, no foul, nothing called. We continue play here as the Bulldogs take it behind and getting significant amount of pressure all the way back left of the cage. That was Sydney Brophy applying the pressure all the way back to that end line. Now Carly Hodgson-Rogers out to that left wing. Aggressive defense by the Cardinals. They're looking to force those tough passes, look for wayward shots, wayward passes as they'll accept the foul here on Paige Gibson. Gibson with 2 assists this afternoon. And she looks for a 3rd, can't quite make the connection. Molly Muir, great cut through the middle, but couldn't squeeze it and get the shot off.
Yeah, and this is something we saw actually yesterday in the boys game as well. BG, the girls doing the same, really pushing out on defense and creating what could be an easy pass, making it harder just with the presence there.
We always say on the men's side, get your sticks in the gloves, get that offensive player thinking about you, and here we're seeing that same concept, the defense extending out high, putting pressure on no matter what. Now we're gonna get a foul. Dumont a little tough on that push as Carly Hodgson-Rogers falls to the turf.
Yeah, we saw there an example of Sophia Harrington from BG really pestering Paige Gibson with a goal. That it's really nice defense, but Bedford able to run through it.
Mary Lenti on the goal there, cutting through the middle. Caught the defense off guard. Hodgson Rogers sees her just in the nick of time. You could see her catch it right. He switched to her left and bury high over Smith. Nice job there by Lenti getting on the board. For the Bulldogs, 1:17 left in this first half. She pulls the Bulldogs to within 2.
Yeah, and we saw that replay. One of the things I was going to get to is with a strong defense that's extending, Mary Lenti there kind of slipped. The BG team doubled the ball. Mary slipped into the middle and was wide open, and that's what Bedford has to do to combat this outreaching defense that's causing them trouble.
The slips, the back cuts, the V cuts, these are all phenomenal ways to solve that overly aggressive defense. You weren't here for the first 3 goals by Eloise Montagano, but that's exactly what she did. Slipped the screen, she set it backside. Her defender started sleeping a little bit. She was able to cut right to the cage, drawing in those passes from Paige Gibson. We're gonna get some kind of challenge at the midfield here. Not quite sure what kind of procedure we saw there, but the Bulldogs seem like they'll keep possession. Stays with Molly Muir. Excuse me, that's Eloise Montagano. Now it's with Molly Muir. She has some space. It gets cut down quickly. Little dip dodge there, gets around the defender, but I think we're going to have shooting space on Bishop Guertin. So Muir with a free position, top right of Emma Smith, that outside right hash. Lines up well for a righty shooter. Smith, broad stance, trying to take up as much of that goal as she possibly can as we're under a minute to go in this first half. Shot, score. Stick side hip, squeezes it in near side. And Muir pulls the Bulldogs to within 1 with 40 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, we see the replay here. Really nice. Actually, number 4 Harrington got in the way, but as you said, Molly was able to slip it right under the stick. Those hips are the best part of the cage to shoot on, because the goalie doesn't quite know if to, high or low. Really nice job there. But it was all precipitated by her taking the advantage and getting inside the defense. And I think Bedford needs to do more of that to claw back to even and take the lead.
Dip that shoulder, aggressive move. Drew the shooting space call on the Bishop Guertin defense. Gathering that opportunity for the free position. Lenti tries to get the draw here, but it bounces to Lola Dumont. She speeds through midfield. Looks for odd man opportunities. Still going downhill. All the way in that right alley, plants the foot, spins back to her left, little hesitation, gets the shot off, and a one-woman show there on that play. All the way from that draw, scooping up the ground ball, spinning back. That was an almost identical shot as the one we saw from Kaylee Crickshank's 4th goal. And Lola Dumont puts it back to a 2-goal lead for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals.
Yeah, and we saw her there. You used the right word. It was a hesitation and spin. I think Carly Hodgson-Rogers was thinking she was going to go back behind, and it was good defense, but the hesitation, the slow down, the stutter, and then the spin to the left hand, I think caught Carly off guard, really got her in, and the rest of the defense, I think, thought she was going to do the same thing and wasn't ready to crash.
Such a tough thing for the defender to stay on that top side. That hesitation gets you nearly almost every time. Bulldogs with a draw control on a foul by Bishop Guertin. Cut through the middle, they can't squeeze it. Looks like that was Emerson Drown on the cut. So it falls harmlessly to the turf, and we get that final buzzer of this first half. We'll head into halftime. 7-5 your score. The Bishop Guertin Cardinals lead here by 2. We'll join you on the other side for second half action here from Bedford High School in Bedford, New Hampshire.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business, with branches in Bedford, Manchester, Nashua, and Derry. PrimaryBankNH.com. Delta Dental, providing easy access to quality dental coverage for every smile, from your younger years to your golden years, with the nation's largest provider network. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing healthcare to meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center, where meals turn into moments and conversations last a little longer. Murphy'sTapRoom.com.
Welcome back to Bedford High School here in Bedford, New Hampshire, where the Bedford Bulldogs are playing host to the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Girls varsity lacrosse game. Division I action here on an absolutely gorgeous Wednesday evening. Rain has been coming down all evening, umbrellas in the stands. I think it has let up a little bit as people are out there not hiding and cowering under these umbrellas, but it is not necessarily a pretty afternoon. Halftime score, 7-5. The Cardinals ahead by 2. Dominated in that first half by Kaylee Cruikshank, the freshman midfielder, with 4 goals of the 7. The Bedford defense has been unable to solve her left-handed attack. 3 goals of her own from Eloise Montagano has kept the Bulldogs in it. Lenti and Mir chipping in 1 apiece. And the Bishop Guertin Cardinals again ahead by 2 as we start this third quarter. I'm joined again here in the booth by Jay Abendroth. We're on BCTV's channels 8 and 1072, joined also by the crew down in Nashua with Nashua ETV, as the Bulldogs possess that draw here, controlled by the midfielders in white, tracked down pretty quickly by the Cardinals, and they will get possession on the foul.
Yeah, and you saw there a really nice face-off and pickup. They got it down to, who was that? Liza Montagano. But BG didn't give up on the ball, got her from behind. And I think that's, in these high-level games, that the effort and the extra play is what matters. And it's a close game here, but I think that's what got BG up by 2.
You've seen those hustle plays by the scrappy midfielders, particularly Lola Dumont, on these draws. She's done a phenomenal job of gaining possession for the Cardinals. I believe it was the first 3 or 4 that went Bishop Guertin's way, creating that make it, take it type situation. Here's Cruikshank again. She'll fire it behind. Layton, near side. Back up top for Butler. Butler gets a little space right-handed. Good help from that offside. Switches back to that left hand. We're going to get a shooting space violation by the Bulldogs. Mir goes behind. Charlotte Accomando will have free position top right of Cy on that top right hash. Lining it up, defenders ready to go. Whistle blows, a few steps in, dips the shoulder, gets the shot off and scores. A little dunk there by Accomando. That's her second of the game. And she starts this scoring in the third quarter as Bishop Guertin pushes it out to a 3-goal lead, 8-5.
Yeah, and we see in the replay there really good patience by the junior. Could have shot right away, had the defense coming and crash, and she was able to duck that shoulder, she said, get a little closer and create a better angle on the goalie, get to her strong hand, right-hand side, opened up the right-hand side of the cage for the shooter. Nice finish.
Back to the draw, switching it up now. Charlotte Accomando will take it after that goal. They had Dumont taking many of the draws for Bishop Guertin. Instructions here by the referee. I believe it's Mary Lenti in there for the Bulldogs as well. She's been taking the majority of draws, and it is Lenti pushing forward. Lenti with the loose ball. Nice job there on the ground ball, getting possession for the Bulldogs and settling things down. 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 8-5. The Cardinals lead by 3.
Yeah, nice job by Lenti. She, in the time I've been here, of course, she's really kind of dominated that face-off X and those draws. Done a nice job. This is the first time I've seen them really settle down, and it's important for a team like this. Second half, you want to start off strong to get a good possession.
Liza Montagano brings it from X. Passes off. Molly Muir now. Pass inside. Nice little slip on the back door. Couldn't quite complete the pass to Emerson Drown. I think we're going to get a cover on the ground ball. Oh, actually, never mind. I thought it was going to be a cover on Bedford, but they award it to Molly Muir, so the Bulldogs keep possession. Little pick play there. Nice job by Lenti getting free. Stutter step gets out to her right hand. Save by Smith. Back cut there, trying to find Carly Hodgson-Rogers. And now Lenti keeps it from getting into midfield. Good hustle by Lenti there. Just under 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Bulldogs trying to get a sustained possession here to draw within 2.
And as they continue their set, we saw Lenti, really nice cage, did everything but finish, kind of threw it into the body. Nice save by the goalie to stand strong, but a lot of movement here by Bedford. Very patient. I think they've got the good workings of an offense here. It's really about those in-tight decision-making, pass, catch, shot, location to get to the goal.
We'll see if they try to take advantage of that aggressive defense too with those back cuts that we were talking about, slip screens. V-cuts trying to get out for the ball and seeing if they might be able to get some glimmers, open windows for those passes. Unfortunately, they turn it over here and the Cardinals will clear it out far side. They climb the ladder. Layton, we're gonna get a yellow card there on the ride. As the Bulldogs a little aggressive on the ride, and that's gonna be Eloise Montagano taking a seat under the blue tent on that far sideline, and the Cardinals will have an extra player opportunity.
Yeah, clearly the referee saw a little bit more than we could see up here. I'm sure it was the right call, but she must have extended the arms a little bit. But yeah, from here it looked, I'm trying to give the referees their due credit. We need to
Fair
keep
enough.
them happy.
That was a good check from behind there, too.
That was an easy one there to call on Mary. But
Lenti with a strong cross check. Uh-oh, we're going to get a card there, too. I believe Lenti is going to be, oh, maybe not. Maybe just a warning there. There was a notation in the referee's little booklet there. Nobody is sent off. But there was certainly a warning issued from the near side official on a Bedford defender. I believe it was Lenti. So the Cardinals with an extra player opportunity. Dumont gets the shot off. It's outside left. Sai tried to track it down. She was close to that end line, but it goes to Bishop Guertin. Far side, cutters through the middle. Here's Butler, shot off, save Sai. Nice job by Sai tracking that one all the way in. Gains possession for the Bulldogs. Now the hard part, clearing it out of their own end. As you see Butler getting ready to put some pressure on Sai. She'll use her own crease.
Yep.
And I believe there is a failure to advance, or maybe out and in.
Bit too long. I think the referee had the counter on it. She just stayed in, contemplating where to throw it. Didn't quite get her feet outside of the crease, and turnover, important turnover for BG.
Chews off some of that player up opportunity, and now coming back, Dumont. Little face dodge, dips it under a couple of checks, finishes on that offside hip of Sai. So Dumont with her second of the game. Splits the defenders. Nice job there, finishing the opposite side, and Sai is not happy after that failed clear. So Dumont makes it 9-5 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and both teams are playing hard, but it feels like BG's got a little bit of an extra gear here, both on defense and offense, really taking it to Bedford. Little things, Bedford's playing good defense, even there, good defense and all, but kind of the cracks, Dumont was able to find it, dip the shoulder again, and willing to go into harm's way. Really the difference right now that I can see in the game.
Back to the draw circle. This time it'll be Kaylee Crickshank on the draw. They've been trying to solve Mary Lenti this half. Lenti pulls to herself and then gets fouled. So nice job there by Lenti. Getting visited here in the booth by a honeybee. I love it. Pollinators for our farms. Hope she gets back outside safely. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 9-5 is your score. The Cardinals up by 4. Aggressive defense there by Dumont, trying to pop that ball free. It does come free, but she gets called for a push.
Just got to say, Corey, when people ask me why I admire you, because your love of wildlife.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, not quite the tree hugger that my wife is, but, you know, close.
Very good, very good. One thing I want to talk about is we have a bit Mary Lenti doing, double work. She was doing the face-off and here running the attack. It's amazing how the girls' game continues to evolve in positive ways. 2 different sticks she has to use, so there's a lot of choreography, getting her the right stick for the right moment. Good job to the folks in defense and on the bench to be able to help out with that, get her what she needs to be effective.
Noticed that the last couple of years, and I'm curious, I don't know the answer to this. I'm curious as to what the differences are between those 2 sticks that help with the draw. Of course, on the men's game, we know the flexibility has a big part of it, the pinched head, as rounding the corner here was Paige Gibson, hits the pipe. But I'd like to find out a little bit more about that and what the peculiarities are on that stick change, as Lenti here breaks up that clear. Nice job by the Bedford defense to get the ball back for another offensive possession. Inside, they look for Gibson, a little too tall for her. Had the stick on it, but couldn't pull it down. Now coming away with the ground ball, Bishop Guertin. Racing near side. This is Sydney Brophy. Brophy all the way into the offensive third.
Yeah, nice job by Molly Meir to keep up with her and stop a fast break opportunity.
Great interception here by the Bedford defense. Coming away with it was Peyton Balduke. Good anticipation of that pass, stepping into the lane and picking it cleanly. She'll need to get inbounds before they start. Fires it to the middle, finding Molly Meir. Meir up quickly for Liza Montagano. She'll bring it behind and settle as we tick down to 3.5 in this third quarter. 9-5 your score. Bulldogs, nice job on that defensive set, preventing it from getting out to a 5-goal lead. They didn't want to get doubled up. They looked for the cutter from X, just a bit too high. I believe that was Lenti cutting from behind.
Yeah, Bedford's getting a lot of opportunities to feed into the crease, or in that one coming from behind. Just a bit off on the passes to be able to convert, but the opportunities are there for sure if they can tighten up the passing and connections.
Dumont now for the Cardinals. You see Carly Hodgson-Rogers just sprinting all the way back to the fan area, trying to build the defense from a solid footing as the Bulldogs match up and the Cardinals fire it behind. Now near side wing for Accomando, 2 goals on the afternoon.
Yeah, and again, it's a difference in contrast, but on the BG side, I think they're coming out a little bit more on defense and really pressuring the ball handler, where Bedford, which is another successful attack, is happy to play a little bit more of a zone and sink in and do a lot of help defense. And so I think at some point they're going to have to start to extend, given they're down by 4 goals. Going to need a little bit more possession here for the offense.
Absolutely, those styles of play really determined by your personnel too. This Bishop Guertin team, full of athletes, quickness side to side, forward and backwards, really allows them to get aggressive on the defensive side. And the move right here, strong right hand in the middle. Sai comes up with a save on Accomando. Good one there to keep it a 4-goal game. Far side now, here's Crickshank getting to her left hand in the middle. Bedford defense crashes well. They don't recover though as Cruikshank's open and scores another one, her 5th on the afternoon. They did a great job crashing on that initial one, but then she gets lost in the shuffle, nobody around her. Good catch, a little bit away from her body, makes one face dodge and buries offside from Cy.
Yeah, and as we talked about, it's there was aggressive defense, and the best thing to beat a double team is a good pass. And Cruikshank was in the right place at the right time. Give her credit; she was able to take on the defender who was coming at her, place a really nice shot, left-handed to the right-hand shoulder of the goalie. Looking from the shooter side, of course.
Offside hip, one of the toughest spots for a goalie to catch up to it. Just you can't get that stick head over there quickly enough. Cruikshank picked that spot perfectly and picks up her 5th of the game. 5 goals, the margin here, 10-5 the score as the Cardinals have been pulling away here in this 3rd quarter. 7-5 at halftime, only 3 goals in this quarter. They've all been scored by the Cardinals.
Yeah, an important time here with 1:15 left for Bedford to really, chip into this lead. 10-6 sounds a lot better than 10-5 going into the 4th quarter. I do see too. This game is pretty largely up and down. A lot going on, and that takes a toll after 3 quarters. So let's see if Bedford can really grind into this and pull it out to get a good possession and shot.
Gibson trying to take advantage of the smaller defender, Sophia Harrington, but Harrington doing a good job holding her ground, but too good of a job as she'll get called for a push. Gibson hits the turf and now gets a free position top right of Smith. Top right hash. See if she can get a shot off as the Bulldogs try to get behind and in a good position to back up the shot. Low shot save, Emma Smith. Got down quickly and is able to thwart that attempt from Paige Gibson.
Yeah, really nice save by Emma Smith. She kind of guess low. When you're a goalie with that type of shooter coming in on your doorstep, you have to guess, but guess low, guess correctly. Huge save for BG from a momentum standpoint ending this quarter.
And now under 30 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter as Bishop Guertin tries to tack another one on before this quarter horn sounds. Dumont to a right hand, back to the left. And we get a shooting space. I believe that was Balduke. Ooh, no, they call it on Hodgson Rogers. A little bit surprised by that. No, it is Balduke. That's what I thought. Coming in from the help on that low side. Dumont will take it top right of Cy. Whistle blows. Takes it to the middle, sticks it up high. Too fast, a scorcher right above Irene Cy. They push it out to an 11-5 lead on Dumont's 3rd goal of the game.
Yeah, in the replay here, we see it. Dumont, again, willing to buck convention a bit. Usually, it's a crash right to the goal and a shot. She was willing to take 2 steps and then come around the defense, and defense wasn't ready for that attack towards the middle. She got an open shot. Really nice play by Dumont. I would call that creativity, but just it's awareness of what the defense is giving you and doing something different.
Phenomenal change of direction there as she stuck that left foot into the ground, pivoted back into the middle, got room for her right hand and scorched a shot high. 11-5 your score. 12 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. Dumont on the draw. They've been trying to solve Mary Lenti this 3rd quarter with little success, but Bishop Guertin has put in 4 goals nonetheless. Dumont pushes it forward. We'll get a violation on the Bulldogs. Not quite sure what that was, but the clock runs, and that'll do it for this 3rd quarter as the horn sounds. 11-5 your score here after 3. The Cardinals padding their lead here in this 3rd quarter. Any thoughts from that 3rd quarter, Jay?
Yeah, I think that it was a well-played quarter, and if you were to look and not see the scoreboard, you would say that was pretty even. But BG, the difference between BG able to put the ball in the back of the net, whereas Bedford, I think, hit a couple posts, some nice saves from the goalie, perhaps dropped a couple passes. So it's up and down game. I just think Bedford has to really focus in and dial in here. They're doing all the right things. The components are there. They got to bring it together for the fourth quarter.
Steep hill to climb here in this fourth quarter. I do appreciate you joining me here for the second half. I know you had a less than pleasant trip up. We also want to make sure we thank our underwriters. So at BCTV and WBNH, we'd like to thank them for supporting our live sports coverage. That's Primary Bank, Northeast Delta Dental, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Murphy's Tap Room and Carriage House Event Center. Very much appreciate them supporting our live sports coverage throughout the 3 seasons. We hope it continues into next year, so thank you very much. Also, our next broadcast, we've talked about this a couple times, but the girls will be in action again on BCTV on Wednesday, May 20th. Opening draw will be at 5:30 p.m. against the Pinkerton Astros. A couple other sports events coming up. Baseball will take on the Nashua North Titans on Monday, May 11th. First pitch at 4:30 p.m. And your boys lacrosse team here against the Dover Green Wave on Wednesday, May 13th. Opening face-off for that one, 5:30 p.m. You can watch all the action live on BCTV, channels 8 and 1072. 1072 is HD, by the way.
Ooh.
I don't know, does anybody ever watch non-HD channels anymore?
Is there such a thing? I thought that was outlawed.
I mean, I thought HD channel, the golf channel in HD was one of the best things. The first time you could see the dimples on the golf ball was phenomenal.
Blades of grass.
Yeah, oh, it was phenomenal. You can also check out all of these games archived on BCTV's app. So download that when you get a chance. You can see all the historical games that we've broadcast, catch up on some of the games previous in the season, other sports, whatever.
That should be a gift set. All the games broadcast in a year, that should be something you can give a loved one.
Wow.
Don't you think?
I love that idea.
Yeah.
Much. They might get bored of hearing my dumb voice for all that, though.
Never. Dulcet tones.
We have 12 minutes back on the board. We are ready for fourth quarter action. The Bulldogs, again, have a bit of a hole to dig out of. They trail by 6. 11-5 the score as the Bishop Guertin Cardinals have dominated here in this third quarter. 2-goal game at halftime. It's 6 goals now as they had 4 unanswered in that third quarter. Lenti, though, a shining spot. She's been dominating the draw circle in this second half. She makes the stick switch again as the Bulldogs get into their offensive area.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You would think great face-off and win by Lenti, and you can tell that stick is a specialist stick. She struggled even to get that ball, not for her own skill, but for the stick, I think, to get it into the, get the pass. I don't know, there's a technology out there, I'm sure, that can blend the two because such a great player. I'd love to see her be able to take that fast break down and go to the goal.
No fast break this time. They settle into a half-field offense. Trying to get space is Molly Muir. Shut down nicely by the defender. That's Charlotte Accomando there. Lenti rolling to her right hand. Wisely chooses to pull it down. Moves it along. Rounding the corner here, Eloise Montagano. Can't quite get high enough to get a shot around. Here's Muir. Crash from the adjacent defender. Ball on the turf. Bishop Guertin battling for it. The Bulldogs get called for a violation on that loose ball, so the Cardinals will clear it out.
Yeah, again, just good pressure applied to BG, not giving up, and another forced turnover on Bedford, who really has got a lot of movement going on in the offense, but they're not quite able to crack in. We see some really good defense individually by the Bedford or the Bishop Guertin defenders.
Patience here by the Cardinals leads to a clear. They climb the ladder on the far side into their offensive end. All the way behind for Rodel. Near side Crickshank, up top Butler. And they'll wheel it all the way around the formation. circle formation, keeping things high and wide. Nice spacing by the Cardinals, giving each other plenty of room to operate, making those adjacent slides, those crashes real hard to do. Good defense there this time as Dawson probes.
And it looks like Bedford has elected to sacrifice Carly Hodgson-Rogers as basically a shadow for number 1, Lola Dumont, and the rest of the team is playing zone around it, which, good idea. Creates some open spacing for BG. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Crash there from the adjacent defender. Nice job by Leah Janicki. Looked like Dawson wanted to go one-on-one. Now here, top side, Accomando sticks that top right corner. Offside high, beautiful shot into that upper 90. And Charlotte Accomando has a hattie now.
Yeah, that was a laser. As we see the replay, takes advantage of one less person per se in the middle and just took the initiative and shot that off stick side. Not much the goalie could do there. Really nice individual effort by Accomando.
Wasn't terribly complicated too. Draws her defender out to that right wing, just gets ahead of steam and uses her strength and speed to get just enough space for her to pull that trigger. Nice shot into that upper corner. They push it out to a 7-goal lead, 12-5.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic too when you go out and again, Hodgson-Rogers was face guarding Lola Dumont, meaning not letting her get the ball, so it creates more spacing, and it's good for the defense because it takes the offense out of perhaps set plays, etc. But it opens up the defense because they don't have as many women in the middle to crash, and individual efforts can create goals as we saw there.
Dumont trying to take that draw control, take it to the house, but she'll settle instead. Kaylee Crickshank, 5 goals on the evening for number 15 in green. Here comes Accomando again. Little shutter, beautiful save by Sai. Accomando tried to do the same thing she did last time, and Sai met the task this time.
Yeah, really nice reaction save right there. Huge for Bedford if they have a chance to creep back into this game. They got to clear it now. Next.
Well, it's kind of an odd call there. The Bulldogs had seemingly cleared it out to the right of Sai's cage. They called her back in, restarted, but loose ball here scooped up by Molly Mears. She takes the shot from the Bishop Guertin defender. So here we go. Under 8 minutes to go in the game. 12-5. Cardinals ahead by 7. We're going to need to see some urgency here out of the Bedford offense. Again, they trail 7 here. Not a lot of time to get that many goals, but they get one here. That combination we saw early in the game, 22-2. That's Paige Gibson to the cutting Eloise Montagano. On the look, feed is on target, squeeze inside, and Eloise Montagano finishes for her 4th on the game. And we'll come out here in action, so lead backs, still a tough hill to climb with just 7:36 to go in this game.
And you said the operative word there. It's the time is the back against Bedford, and we saw there an example of they clearly are more comfortable getting into a set play, and it was a very nice set play. They had a cut coming down the middle and able to score, but those things take a little bit of time to set up, as we saw Montagano have to go all the way down. Liza Montagano, that is, come all the way down and get into the corner and set it up. Eloise was able to get free, so the right result. I think getting into that play, if that's the way they want to go, has to happen a lot quicker because there's not enough time really to casually get into the plays right now. And love to see a little bit more fast break from Bedford, because that's how they're getting beaten by BG to this point, on the fast break, a little bit more chaotic plays.
That glimmer of hope starts at the draw circle. Mary Lenti has been dominant in this second half. I'm going to make up a statistic that she's 95% on draws this half. I'm pretty sure that's right?
They say 76% of all statistics are made up.
Yeah, there we go. So pretty sure. And with 7:36 to go, starting at the draw circle is the right way to do it. The urgency that you talked about, trying to take advantage of those odd person plays, getting those 4-on-3s, 3-on-2s, getting those hopefully 1-on-nos with the goalie. Trying to get yourself those opportunities for tight scoring shots there. Story of the game again for Bishop Guertin Cardinals, Kaylee Cruikshank. The freshman midfielder, number 15 in green, has 5 goals on the afternoon. Just been dominant. Hattie's also by Charlotte Accomando, the junior, and Lola Dumont, also a junior. Great offensive output here this afternoon for this Cardinal lacrosse team.
Yeah, and Emma Smith as well in goal. Don't forget her, standing tall time and time again, stopping what would be goals from close range on Bedford.
Back to the draw circle. That one didn't go terribly high, but the Bulldogs come away with the loose ball. She gets fouled. That was, I believe, Eloise Montagano. She scoops it up. She's ready to go, but she's going to have to return to the spot. We got a yellow card here. Charlotte Accomando. Oof. Not quite sure what caused that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It looked like it seems like Bedford is, if they win the draws, BG is actually double teaming whoever picks up the ball and staying on it. Looked like some clean play, but perhaps the ref saw a little bit more of a push, something else, the harm. But regardless, this is what Bedford needs, another crack in the window, if you will, to get a little air in and hopefully get a goal.
Here inside, Lenti, goal. Lenti second on the afternoon. And as we talked about, these are the kinds of breaks this Bedford Bulldogs team is going to need to get back in this. It looked like a finish on that offside hip that we talked about, just a tough spot to catch up to. Lenti fed inside beautifully.
Yeah, and that one really made real by Lenti's ability to catch in traffic and take that one quick step to her left and shoot righty, and I think caught the goalie Emma Smith off guard a bit, but it started with that catch. It was an elite catch and able to get in close. Nice job by Lenti on an individual effort, and Mir for having the courage to throw it in there.
Yeah, and honestly, it was it came from an odd angle too. Smith probably had trouble catching up with it, as it came from almost the sidearm delivery from Lenti. Unusual angle and tough to catch up to, as Smith was probably stunned by the delivery. Lenti pulls it behind, gets the loose ball. 7 minutes to go, a 5-goal lead for the Cardinals, but the Bulldogs trying to come back here. 2 straight goals, one by Montagano, one by Lenti. Remember, this Bishop Guertin team is still down a player on that foul by Accomando. A big scrum right in the middle. Smith tried to pull out the loose ball, and it was dangerously close to that goal line. Surprised it did not cross it. And now the Cardinals gain possession. We get a horn on the far side.
Timeout.
Be a timeout, yeah.
That's what it is. You're exactly right. Good call by Coach Santos. She'll take the timeout as her team was scrambling to clear it out from their own end. 6:32 to go in the game. 2 straight goals by the Bulldogs, bringing it back to within a 5-goal lead. 12-7. And tension is mounting, Jay.
It really is.
Exciting.
You don't often see that, what just happened, where the ball was perilously close to the to a goal, and the other team was actually celebrating at that point, and play went on. So we are on the knife's edge, Corey, and no other way to be here for some May rainy lacrosse in Bedford, New Hampshire.
It's perfect, perfect. Couple quick things for all those viewers and listeners out there. BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are now easier to access at your fingertips than ever before. Bedford Community Television is available for free download on Apple iOS and Android. Download the Bedford Community Television app from your app store today. Also wanted to echo this one. We talked about it a little bit in the first half, but if you're interested in becoming an official, it's easier than ever, and it's an easy call. Officiating allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. High school sports officials help protect the integrity of the games we love by teaching and enforcing the rules of play. New officials have an opportunity to make a difference in their communities right away. To learn more about becoming a high school sports official, please visit nhiaa.org.
We'll say nice things about you, too.
I would say, in general, we are very forgiving and gentle on the officials. They're doing a great job. They're contributing a lot of time. Of course, they get paid for their efforts, but
not enough.
They are a critical part of conducting high school sports across the board, every sport. So if you have experience, if you don't have experience, look into becoming an official. Of course, it's better if you have experience. You know, the goal is a little bit more, the rules are a little bit more ingrained in your head, so the calls become a little bit easier. We are ready to go. 6:32 to go in this game. Dumont will try to sprint the length of the field, clearing things out. The one girl clear, and she is proving to make that true. All the way into the offensive area, she'll settle things down. Crickshank. The Bulldogs have an extra player, and a wayward pass here, a lucky break for the Bulldogs if that trickles out of bounds, and it does. Huge break for the Bulldogs with just over 6 minutes to go. They trail 5. They've scored the last 2. And after a heroic clear by Lola Dumont, she's now going to have to retreat all the way back as the Bulldogs look to do the same. Fire through the middle. Hodgson Rogers will scoop that up off the ground, and Lenti now. Remember, the Bulldogs still have a player up opportunity as their yellow card on the Bishop Guertin Cardinals still in effect. Hodgson Rogers tries to feed the middle. That one, tough shot, and scooped up and scored. Great loose ball there, in on the crease. Phenomenal play by Eloise Montagano. Couldn't quite scoop it up at first. Gets the rebound. It glanced off a defender, fell to the turf, and Montagano scooped it up. Guess what? She's got 5 goals on the afternoon, and it's a 4-goal game.
Yeah, great individual effort there. She found the ball fastest, and as everybody was going down to get it, she was rising up with it and rose tall there and got it in, keeping this game interesting. Down by 4 still, but Bedford absolutely has the field tilted in their direction right now.
Scooped it up, threw down the slam. We should use some basketball analogies, right? It's playoff time. Eloise Montagano on the dunk. And Lenti looking for the draw control again. Scoops it up, pulls it away from pressure. Tight pass for Hodgson Rogers, couldn't squeeze it. But the defender running back from the Bulldogs defense, Emerson Drown. Here's Gibson, presses the effort, hits the pipe. Have a little help from your friend Emma Smith. Sighting of post Malone, and now the Bulldogs. Oh, they get it on the turf, but there's a foul. Accomando back into the clear. Runs through defenders left and right. Got ahead of steam. She's going to want to settle things down until the Cardinals are back to even. And now they are. We are at even strength. 4.5 to go, and this is an important offensive possession for the Cardinals. Imagine that Coach Hodgson is going to want this defense to get out, get a little bit more pressure, try to make those adjacent passes a little bit more difficult, and try to turn the Cardinals over. They're still sagging back a little bit more than we expect here, though. Crickshank trying to get to that left hand. I'd be surprised if she went strong to the hole at this point. 4 minutes to go in the game, a 4-goal game. The Bishop Guertin Cardinals lead by that 4-goal margin.
Yeah, and BG's really just taking this time given to them as we see Accomando just standing up top. She's not even pressured. Here we see Bedford pushing out a little bit, but probably lost about a minute here on this possession with BG just passing it around.
The Bulldogs realizing that, again, there's no shot clock here in girls lacrosse at the high school level, so they can literally run out the clock if they want. Keep possession, keep making those safe adjacent passes, make this close, easy pass, and time is in their favor at this point in time. 3:12 to go. A 4-goal lead for the Bulldogs. A check there, but a foul called.
Yeah, Carly Hodgson-Rogers able to come off Dumont in that shadowing and get the ball on the ground. Unfortunately, a call there gives BG the ball, and now Dumont has the ball, which is the whole point of shadowing her, is to not have the ball. But so bad break by for Bedford, but hopefully they can perhaps get a turnover like this.
Wayward pass here, trickles out of bounds near side. A little break there. Window is closing quickly though as seconds tick off the clock. 2:30 to go, 4-goal deficit. Carly Hodgson-Rogers. She gets pushed out near side. They call a foul on that as Butler pushes her. Pass into the middle for Lenti. Far side, this is Bolduc. Even farther across as the Bulldogs span the width of the field. We're going to have to go quickly here. This is Liza Montagano. Good defense by the Cardinals. Mir, double team. She'll get fouled. I believe she'll have a free position. Clock stops at 1:54. They give her the free position on the 12-meter, though. They draw two. Great defensive play, matching sticks there. Sydney Brophy, the captain, senior defender, coming up big there. Snuffing out the offensive possession, clearing it all the way down. With just 90 seconds to go, she'll settle. And that right there might put that final nail in the coffin. Charlotte Accomando will settle. The Bulldogs will try to get out and put pressure. But the combination of Dumont, Accomando, I imagine Crickshank will get in the mix here too. It'll be hard to dispossess this Cardinal squad. Accomando, Crickshank, near side Dawson. Under a minute to go. 12-8 your score. The Cardinals ahead by 4 with just under a minute to go. Jay, thoughts from this second half?
Yeah, I think as we see a goal there, unfortunately, I'll let you take that on. But
sure, Crickshank, again, driving the middle with that strong left hand. 6 goals for Crickshank. Back to a 5-goal lead, 13-8.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where the coach probably wanted you to just hold it and take off some more clock. But, you know, Coach Shanks, she's a freshman, right? Go to the goal, you see a goal, get a goal. But going back to your question, I think we definitely saw in the second half Bedford increase the intensity, really get some momentum, and a lot of that came from a little bit of the chaos, a little bit of the frenzy, a little bit of the push, as well as being able to catch and pass in those tight compartments as well. So I think that there's positives, as always there are, but I think this BG team's a very, very good team. Their schedules, if you compare them side to side, are pretty comparable, but I would say that the ball pressure that BG plays with, as well as some of the individual effort, was really the difference today.
Dumont with the draw control here. A lot of pressure from that Bishop Guertin defense. Athletic getting extended out in their defensive half, putting that pressure on the Bulldogs. Wayward pass here with 25 seconds to go, but Bishop Guertin tracks it down. Crickshank, again, 6 goals on the evening for the freshman midfielder. Phenomenal individual showing by number 15 in green. Hat tricks as well by Charlotte Accomando and Lola Dumont. Another goal chipped in by Samantha Butler. That rounds out their 13 goals. Again, it was a 2-goal game at halftime, just 7-5. And the Cardinals with a 4-goal burst in that third quarter, really separating from the Bulldogs. Scoring on the Bulldogs side as we hear the final horn. Eloise Montagano, 5 goals of her own, 2 chipped in by Mary Lenti and another by Molly Mir. That'll do it here this afternoon. Final score, 13-8. Bishop Guertin Cardinals come to town, take home a victory by 5. They extend their record to 7-3, and again, 3 losses, but 2 of those by just a 1-goal margin. They've had a solid showing so far. Perhaps we see this matchup again in the playoffs. The Bulldogs fall to 5-3. Again, that next game, we'll see the girls lacrosse team play on Wednesday, May 20th at 5:30. That's the opening draw. Jay, any final thoughts?
Yeah, if you're going to take a loss, take it in the middle of the season, not at the end. So they kind of know what's else out there from BG. I think there's plenty of positives to take, but there's nothing you can do to overcome just serious effort. And I think that's a good lesson for Bedford here looking forward, is put in that effort, and they've got good things in front of them.
Appreciate you making the second half, sir. Final score here, 13-8. We want to thank our BCTV crew. Bill Jennings on camera as usual, the Grand Poobah. Andrew Fenn back in the studio helping out with replays for Jay Abendroth. I'm Corey Munstertiger. We'll see you next time on BCTV.